Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GWE-100. It's a Tier 10 German SPG located on the south spawn of Nebelburg, and it's under the command of randyxx, or is it randyxx777? I can never remember his full name. We'll just call him Randy for the battle, shall we? Game on. 21 centimeter howitzer. It's capable of doing 900 alpha, penetrating 53 millimeters of armor, and it's got a blast radius of 11.4 meters. Now, of course, based on the E900, never got built. It's a figment of Wargaming's imagination, but I suppose they needed a Arty at Tier 10. It's just a pity that they made it the E900 in a sense, because you'd think that they would have made an Arty based on the mouse, if you think about it. There again. There are loads of Arty that we actually do want in the game. German Arty that could actually come in as premium Arty. And one day, hopefully, they'll see the sense and realise they can make a huge amount of money. Oh, first shot is a hit. A direct hit, and it looks like it was a hit on a Heshbon. The FB4005, which was in that corner. Now, they've got very thin armour on the turret, so if it did hit, it's more likely penetrated and could be a full roll. Okay. Standard reload, 37.39 seconds. He's got 28.85 rounds out. Direct hit on the Super Conk. 332 this time, but he stunned two tanks at the same time, and that makes a big difference. Oh yes, blew the turret off. And in the turret tossing contest, that's quite a big one, because it went quite some distance from the vehicle, as you can see. He's almost ready to go again. Another Heshbon. Can he splash this one? Rounds out. Yes, he does get the kill. So he's got the first kill for himself. Now the question is, can we see some more? One thing the Germans didn't lack was imagination. They captured quite a lot of enemy tanks, and a huge number of them were actually turned into Artys. There's quite a few French tanks that could be turned into Arty and haven't been done so yet, but including ones which were turned into the Pak-40. Well, that shell took a long time to reach the target, but it did actually get a hit, but not much in the way of hit points. It was a Badger. He got 163 hit points, but he did get stun assist afterwards, and that's the major benefit. And it was at virtually, well, very long range indeed. Trying to go for the Super Conk. In fact, he's now decided to go for the T5051s, rather. Rounds out. Not on that one. Oh, we saw the tracer coming up there from one of the enemy Arty. And we can probably hit the IS-4, but it's a difficult shot over the top of the roof. Now, will it hit the roof instead? Rounds out. Oh, he did get a splash. That one worked. Now, you notice what he's actually doing is he's splitting some of his time on the east part of the map and some on the west, and a few in the center as well. So he's trying to hit as many enemy tanks as he can. Now the STB can spot for us, and that's a direct hit on the Super Conk. I'm afraid that STB has lost a lot of his hit points, And he's losing more now. Yes, I think, yeah, he's gone. I think he went in too deep. He was doing what they would call going in balls and all. The children won't understand that, but the adults will. No sign of the others. So that STB has denied us any more spotting in the center, in the east side, rather. But this leopard is taking too much of a risk. Now we've got to wait for him to be stationary long enough for us to get the aim centered on him. Unfortunately, we've lost it because he's gone unspotted too. I think it's a 60 TP on that corner. But again, we've lost sight of him. This team doesn't seem to be spotting very well. And now we've got a 268 version 4, but not much time to aim. But we do get some splash, 205. So he's now up to 3,400 of spotting assist and 1,245 of the actual damage. So he is doing well in this game. But it is a grand battle game. In grand battles, you get really big scores. Okay, he's got two tanks together there. 268 version 4 and the IS-7. And it looks like neither of them were damaged. Well, if you've got two tanks together, stick with it. Because you get double damage, of course, if you hit one and splash the other at the same time. More than one chance that one of them is going to get hit by stun assist. Now he's got to make a decision. Go for the IS-7 or go for the 268. He actually decides to... Well, he gets stunned on both, actually. The IS-7 took the hit. And he got stun assist off that one. He was trying to aim the shell for between the two. But in actual fact, it went to the IS-7 instead. Almost like RNG was saying, no, I'm not going to let you have the 268 version 4, but I will let you have the IS-7 and I'll direct the shell in that direction. Okay, go for the CS63, rounds out. And that was a good one as well, 213 hit points. The CS63 is now one shot. And if he pokes around the corner, he is going to get killed, and he does. Okay, way over here we've got a Type 5 and an IS-7, and the Type 5 has just killed the IS-7. Okay, it's lined up, rounds out. Will the guy drive? Yes, he does drive through the spot. Remember, we still got quite a bit of damage, which is unspotted damage. He did get that first shot on the FP4005. Wasn't recorded, so of course the totals are probably a lot higher than they currently are, and he might have as much as 6,000 combined damage. He's getting pretty close to that right now. When you see trees go down as well, you have to guess that the enemy is in that direction. Somebody knocked the tree down. Oh, one of the other Artys on our team, a 261, just took out that TVP with a very nice accurate shot. TVPs, or rather 261s, are very good at quick aiming. Rounds out. This is going to go between the two, but he does get stunned off at least one of them. Yeah, now would be a good time to move up on the enemy, get closer. There's a certain point in every battle where it actually does pay to move towards the enemy, get as close as you can, because of course shorter reaction times means you're more likely to get a hit. We've got two tanks together here. He's going for the TVP, who knows that the shell's inbound, but all we got was, oh, well, we did get some stun assist. So we did stun the guy, and then obviously we got the two hits that came in afterwards, and another 500, so now he's up to 4,763 of stun assist alone, and it's looking now as if he might actually get as much as, well, 6,500 of actual damage, or cumulative damage. Still a number of enemy tanks out there, though. The stragglers, the ones that are sitting up here. At least 6 tanks as far as we can see. And the Leopard, the one that we aimed at earlier in the game, has come back into sight. He's near the center castle, but he's right up against the ramparts at the side, so there's not much chance of us getting a shot in there. And we're now looking for the tracer coming from the Arty, who are up on this area here. Okay, the Leopard has gone down. The Foch 155 got them. But the enemy Gorilla just took out our Wizzy 111 Model 5A. Okay. Got 2 now. There's the T92. He goes down. We don't even get any stun off the Striv. I think he's trying to aim between the two to maximize the stun by getting stun on at least 2 tanks at the same time. But unfortunate thing about doing that is if you do that, one of the tanks might move out of the zone and the other tank might get wiped out, as did happen here. Okay, the Gorilla's the better target, but of course he has no armor. The Striv is the one that's aiming at the CS63, so he aims directly at that guy. Picks up 337 actual damage. Now, who's next? The Gorilla? The Striv's gone down. We've got a TVP coming in. There he is. Now, we're almost loaded. We've lost sight of the Gorilla, so we can't get a shot on him, but we certainly can hit this guy. Unfortunately, he's decided to move off. So ahead of his course. No, didn't leave enough time, but we've capped out. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for randyxx777 in the GWE100. It was actually enough stun assist to actually make the difference and take it to an ace tanker. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 12, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and he did that by spreading the fire onto different targets each time. Didn't always go for the same one, and as a result, he was actually hitting a lot of different enemy to get the maximum damage. We can see that the first shot he did fire, the one that he fired on the FP4005, the Heshbon, was actually a penetrating shot. So it did hit the turret, or at least it hit the vehicle and went through. So it's the only penetration we're showing there at that list, but it did actually do the damage. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, if we look at the team score, he's not the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Object 268 version 4. We've got 5,460 hit points on his team. Second highest damage went to a Gorilla 15 on the enemy team with 5,104. And the third highest damage was the 60 TP Lewandowski Go on his own team, who managed 3,958 hit points of damage. He actually managed 3,322. So not bad at all. But he was actually beaten by just one player on the enemy team, just one, the Gorilla, and that 3 on his own team, which puts him in 5th place on damage for the whole game. When it came to kills, though, it was the Foch that managed to do best. 4 kills to him, 3 kills to the Gorilla 15, and then 2 kills to a large number of tankers. And I'm afraid, yes, Randy only got 1 kill, but that actually helped him to get the Confederate. When it came to base XP, we can see it was Randy who got the highest, 994, nearest to 1,000, with the next highest being the Object 268 version 4 with 929, that was the high caliber player, and 848 to the 60 TP Lewandowski Go. So you can see that all of that stun assist that he did really did help him to get a better score overall on experience than he did on actual damage. He fires only 17 rounds in that game, 4 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which we know was the Heshbon, 16 splash, damage of 3,322 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 13 of the enemy, killed 1, and did 199 hit points of damage assistance and 5,048 hit points of stun assist of 16 stuns. Yes, he picked the right targets, ones that his teammates rather were firing at. And he didn't actually have to indicate to those teammates to actually hit those targets. Something I do, which I haven't seen a lot of players do, which I think is important, is when you use the T key to indicate your targets, both before you shoot and afterwards, to say to your teammates, hit that one now for me, please, because it's stunned, and I'd like the stun assist if you can get it for me. But it's also a question of actually firing at the tanks that you know your teammates can see, so they can actually hit it. So if you hit one, if you can see a group of enemy tanks that are close to your own teammates and there's no ground depression in the way, they can actually see each other, then hitting a target which they can see means there's a good chance that you will actually get direct or assistance, because your teammates can actually put that round in for you. And if you've got that down arrow pointing above the target, it's not a down arrow, but in other people's sights, but it is something that's flicking on and off, telling them that's the target to go for. On a premium count, he actually earned 81,647 credits from that game. And he also took away 7,455 experience points as well, because he's got personal missions to pay out. So a very nice game. He says sweet 8.3 combined with Masterclass. Yes, it certainly was. It was a lot of damage and a lot of stun assist. It makes a huge difference to a battle. And even though it's a grand battle and you don't see it all that often, if you just keep pumping those shells out, then it can bring back a really good score. The only thing I'd say is if you are going to pick the GW100, you are going to be firing, it's going to be taking you longer to fire than, say, an Object 261. 261's got a faster reload and a lower alpha. So you're not going to do quite as much damage with the 261, but you are going to get more accurate hits. What's actually going to happen with the 261 is you'll get more actual damage than combined damage. But you can see here a nice 8.3 combined, and that earned him an ace tanker. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.